Thank you to one of my favorite companies, IGWORKS, for sending me some new products. IGWORKS makes the two iHARVEST systems behind me that are full of tomatoes, and they're always updating and making changes, which is really cool to see a brand actually listen to their customers. And I'm a fanatic customer of this brand, as you can see. Absolutely love my iHARVEST. So I got these two little boxes and we're gonna take a look at what they've done. If you're growing indoor gardens, there's something called a net cup. This is your net cup, which your growing media or your growing base where you put your seed goes into. With the iHARVEST system, they actually come with this tiny little green clip, and it slides into their net basket or their net cup, and having that in there on the edge actually attaches to their system. So there's a little cutout notch in the system, and it goes into that and spins around and locks this into place. So when you have really big heavy plants like my tomatoes, this basket isn't going to tip out. They took our advice and created something new. There's a whole bunch of tops, and these are the new basket covers, and we're gonna talk about those a little bit more in depth here in a second. And let's take a look at the new cups. Look how pretty these are. Now, they actually have little connector hooks on them that are going to attach into your system, and then you don't have to use these little clips anymore because these are made to actually pop right into the system. So in this box, I got a whole bunch of these covers. I'm just gonna dump them upside down like this. Now, right now I'm growing tomatoes and obviously they're doing really well, so we don't want to disrupt anything. They're going to stay in the original net cups for right now until I start a new harvest, and then I will start using all of these cups. Now, if you're new to the channel, you haven't heard me say this before, and if you're a returning viewer, hang tight. This is a reflective cover. I absolutely love these. I talk about these all the time. They sit over top of the net cup, and as you're growing something, it is covering the growing media or the sponge or whatever you want to call it that's down inside that's holding your plant, and it helps to stop the algae from growing on the base of your plant. With the garden behind me, they don't have anything like that, and they use rock wool, and you can see all of the algae that is growing on the top of this for the lavender. What IGWORKS did is create all of these little lids that actually slide on here, and there's a locking mechanism right up here, and it clicks on and then turns into place. I'm gonna be interested to see with this little keyhole design how much space I have for larger plants. The tomato bases are not super big, but there can be things like basil that turn into a small tree at the base, and this is not going to expand or move, where the reflective covers will give you some flexibility and they'll bend and move around your plant. So this will be interesting to test these and see how well they work with those larger base plants. Now, the other little box is something I have been waiting for a very long time, and these are actual whole covers. Whole cover is a much needed thing. When you have spaces that you don't want to use because your plants are growing so large, these tomato plants behind me, in an iHARVEST, there are 30 holes. I do not have 30 tomato plants. I have maybe 10 to 12 in each unit. So the other holes need to be covered. You don't want water escaping, and you don't want light to get into your water, which is going to cause the algae. So this is going to snap right over top of that hole, and it's gonna cover it up. Let me show you what I'm doing as of right now to cover some of these holes. Oh, I have roots growing from other plants. I'll vacuum that up in a minute. What I normally do is just take a standard net cup and I wrap the top of it in tin foil. And this way it's blocking the light from getting in. But instead of having to do this method, you get these cool covers to plug the hole. There's also little tabs on the sides, and that's gonna make it really easy to pull them off if we need to. A lot of the tabletop systems will come with covers for the holes that you're not using. I will say the plastic is really nice. It's actually quite a bit firmer as far as the squeezability on them. So this is a really nice heavy duty plastic. These are really nice and thick. I don't think light is going to penetrate through these because they're so heavy. And of course, they have our most adorable little logo on there from IGWORKS. And I actually think this one looks like a little keyhole. It's like the key to your house, right, in your indoor gardening. Thank you, IGWORKS, for creating this great product. And as soon as the tomato plants are done, I will be switching over to these and giving them a try, but I was excited to bring this new product to all of you. And if you're interested in more indoor gardening tips and tricks, check out this playlist over here and I'll teach you how to indoor garden. I'll see you over there.